Hey there, fellow Disney fans. It's Maria. I'm here at Living the Land. I'm in line for the attraction. We're here to check out the holiday overlay that they've just added to the ride. Give you a little context. Here I am in the line. We're going to be riding the attraction. And I really want all of you guys to not only pay attention to the decorations, the lights, all of the little Christmas trees that they've added to the second half of the ride with the actual living biomes. I also want you to pay attention to a few special things in this ride that I want to discuss with you guys after the ride. So, two things I really want you to pay attention to, in addition, like I said, to all those holiday decorations, are in the farmhouse scene, okay? When we get to B. Jones's farmhouse, pay attention to two things there. Number one, I would like you guys to pay attention to his mailbox. I'll give you a reminder before we get there and make sure to show it on camera. But pay attention to his mailbox. That's going to be really important. And also pay attention to his pet. I'm not going to specify what kind of pet he has, but pay attention to his pet, because I want to discuss those two things after the ride. Two really cool fun facts about those things. We are not here, though, just for those fun facts. We are here for that holiday overlay. Make sure you guys comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love to give you guys shout outs in the live chat. Make sure you're chatting with me, asking me any questions that you may have. While I'm going to try to stay pretty quiet on the ride, I definitely want to chat with you guys after the attraction. So any questions that you have, make sure that you drop them into the comments during the attraction. And just to say hey, let me know where you're from. I'd love to say hey right back to you. So make sure you leave a comment if you're watching. We're here for the holiday overlay here. Like I said earlier, if you're just tuning in, welcome. The living biome portion of this ride, the second half of this ride, is where we're going to want to watch for. I'm gonna ask if we can wait for the first row. Okay, thank you. Awesome. He's gonna let us into the first row. Here's a check of the boats. Thank you so much. They're sending them out full. Thank you. Sending us right into row one. Wanted to get the best view possible for you guys. They're sending the boats full. It was about a 20-minute wait to get on today. Not too bad whatsoever, considering the parking lot is pretty packed. Hello, have fun guys, bye. Was pretty packed. Bye. Not a bad wait at all. Here comes our boat. Like I said, I'm gonna try to stay pretty quiet during the ride. So if you're just tuning in, I want to remind you, we're going to chat after the attraction. So not only do I want you to pay extra close attention to the brand new holiday narration and decorations, but also to B. Jones's mailbox and his dog in the farmhouse scene. Our vessel is here. The gates have opened.
As you board the boat, please lower your head and watch your step. For your safety,
I'm going to try to stay as quiet as I can.
Hands, arms,
to let you guys enjoy the attraction.
Please supervise your children and refrain from flash photography or using video lights until we reach the greenhouse. Thank you. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy living with the land.
Por su seguridad, permanezcan sentados con sus manos y brazos, pies y piernas dentro del barco y cuida a los pequeñitos. A manera de recordatorio, no tomar fotos con flash y luz de video antes de llegar al deck.
Welcome to a voyage of discovery and awareness of the richness, the diversity, and often surprising nature of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive to us, but to nature, it's a new beginning in the cycle of life. Beneath the surface of the land, roots trap water from the flowing mud, extracting precious nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with sunlight, create the diverse living systems of our planet. One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicine, and other elements essential to our lives. In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what.
All right, guys, we're coming up to B. Jones's farmhouse here. If you're just tuning in, I would like to remind you to pay extra attention to his mailbox and to his pet that we've got coming up here in the very next scene. But first, there's some cute little buffalo.
Once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm.
All right, here's the mailbox. Right here. It says B. Jones, number 82. And his pet on the porch that I'm sure you can hear.
Humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being.
All right, we're coming up to the holiday overlay here in the living biome section of this attraction. Keep your eyes peeled. You're definitely not going to miss the lights. But make sure that you keep your eyes peeled and your ears open for a brand new narration as well.
Here at Epcot, we're learning to reduce the need for chemical pesticides by breeding and using natural predators like ladybugs and wasps to control pests. In the farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals. In arid regions, we're learning to produce food on desert seacoasts by developing and planting crops.
How will we meet tomorrow's growing needs for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land? Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems, and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times.
They've even got lights down in the sand. Look at this. Wow.
Welcome to our glimmering greenhouses, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture illuminate the wondrous gifts we receive from the land. Join us as we ring in the most bountiful time of the year. For some, it's difficult to imagine the holidays without winter and snow, but one of the most important holiday crops actually grows in the tropics. For centuries, farmers in Central America have cultivated cacao to make chocolate. In fact, cacao is chocolates made in green. Today, people around the world are able to enjoy a variety of sweets and keep warm with a cup of hot cocoa, thanks to this tropical plant.
Got the little bows on the fluted pumpkins up there, another definite seasonal food used a lot around the holidays. These very last trees up here are the banana trees. If you've ridden this attraction, with its usual narration, they always say that it is the most consumed fruit in the world, the bananas. Coming into the fish farm section. Now they even have this decorated with red and green too. And actually some dancing snowflake on the top of the ceiling. I like that. It's very cute. These are the tilapia swimming around over here.
You might not think of fish, but seafood is an essential part of many festive meals. In parts of southern Italy, family and friends gather once a year to celebrate La Figurina with a 7-course seafood dinner. Tilapia, bass, and shrimp, like the ones raised here using our sustainable water systems, make up just some of the dishes served during this grand meal. Today, in the United States, the tradition is known as the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Check this out. It is so pretty.
Citrus, like the oranges grown here, are common in Florida, but in northern Europe, where fresh fruit is rare in winter, they're much harder to find, making them an extra special stocking stuffer. During Chinese New Year, these vibrant fruits are given as gifts of good fortune. They say it's better to give than to receive. And in this greenhouse, we're celebrating the holidays by giving back to the land using innovative farming techniques.
There's a lot of eggplants up there. Looking pretty ripe
By
too.
recycling water, we can give plants rich nutrients. By giving plants ladybugs, we're able to control pests and reduce the need for pesticides. And by growing ground plants vertically, we give them better protection from disease.
All right, Hidden Mickey fans, we got one coming up here. There he is in the lettuce.
With these gifts, our plants can grow an abundance of festive vegetables. This greenhouse alone grows a bountiful 15 tons of produce each year. When we give more, we receive more, making the most of the land's green gifts.
Those are cucumbers. Little hydroponic trees with ornaments decking them out. I love that.
Here help spice up the holiday. The bark of cinnamon trees, like the one growing beside you, is used to make cinnamon sticks. Do you like eggnog? You can thank nutmeg for its signature taste. Other spices, like ginger and vanilla, add flavor to a variety of holiday cookies, cakes, and other delights. By cultivating these festive plants with care and good cheer, Epcot scientists are able to celebrate the holidays with the land's many gifts.
And they even have a little beaker tree for the scientists over here. How adorable.
These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Scientists, farmers, and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods that we all rely upon. Together, we can continue to find more ways to increase food production and protect our precious natural environment. Only then will we truly be living with the land. On behalf of Walt Disney World, we hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living laboratory. If you'd like a closer look, then check out the Behind the Scenes walking tour. It's a chance for the whole family to get up close and personal with the plants and growing techniques in our laboratory. Please keep your hands and feet inside the boat and remain seated until the boat comes to a complete stop.
Although it seems extra loud in here, I think I decided I want to take us all on a walk. Let's go check out Epcot's main Christmas tree. We might as well, it's the holiday season. This is the holiday stream of the land. We might as well check out the main tree at the entrance to World Showcase. So we're gonna head out there for a little walk here as soon as we disembark this very bumpy dock.
Please gather all your personal belongings. Lower your
All
head
right.
and watch your step as you exit.
That ride is always one of my favorites because you get to go through the living biomes all the time during the year. But I especially love it now during Christmas because it is decorated. And one of my favorite parts of the whole thing is that they've actually decorated every single one of the living biomes head to toe. And they've indicated the different plants that make up the holiday flavors. Like, for example, they talked about the chocolate plant, which I thought was really cool. That obviously is a huge, huge, huge flavor in holiday cooking, as well as nutmeg and cinnamon and all those other delicious flavors, and clove that come into the holiday spices. As soon as we get outside, I promise it will be a little bit quieter than it is in here. Here's a look at how the land's doing tonight in here. Not bad, pretty crowded on this Sunday evening, but we are definitely gearing up for the holiday rush here. But all that being said, my wait time was not too bad. I only waited about 20 minutes to get on the attraction, maybe a little bit less than the posted wait time. As most of you are probably tuning in from up north, you can see that everyone here has got on short sleeves and short pants. Yeah, it's in the 70s here tonight. It is so nice. Beautiful night here at Walt Disney World. Okay, so now that we're outside and we can chat a little bit, please definitely leave me in the comments what your favorite part of the attraction was. I would love to read and chat with you about your favorite part. But while you guys do that, let's start with the B. Jones farmhouse area. If you are just tuning in or if you missed that part of the ride, I challenged everyone to pay extra close attention to the farmhouse scene tonight in Living with the Land. There's actually a restaurant in the land, for those of you that might not know, called the Garden Grill, that if you dine there, the restaurant actually slowly rotates 365 degrees and you get to overlook B. Jones's farmhouse from the restaurant, which is really cool. The beaker tree. Someone said the beaker tree was their favorite part. Me too, I love that. We'll get back to that. But back to B. Jones for 1 second here. Let's discuss the two things I asked you to pay attention to. I asked you guys, actually, let me see me. Hey, there we go. That's much better. The two things I asked you guys to pay attention to. First one was the mailbox. On the mailbox, his address is number 82. The significance of that 82 is that is the year that both the land opened and Epcot opened, which is a really cool Easter egg that the Imagineers threw in there. And the second thing that I asked you to pay close attention to was the animal that he had now. If you were listening, you can definitely hear his dog barking. He has a dog, B. Jones. He was seated on the porch. If you're just tuning in, rewind, go rewatch that. I showed him in the video. And if you are a Disney fan, that dog may look familiar to you. That dog is the same dog that is in both the Carousel of Progress and Pirates of the Caribbean. And the reason that the dog is the same is because the dog was modeled after Walt Disney's actual pet himself, which I think is a really cool Easter egg. I love that the Imagineers took Walt's actual dog and made the animatronics in his likeness. I think that's a really, really great Easter egg. And like I said, if you missed it, you can rewind in the video and check it out. Now, I asked you guys what your favorite parts of the ride were. Someone said the beaker tree. That is one of my favorite parts too, but that whole area is my favorite because they actually show you a little bit of the science that goes into the hydroponic growing that we saw there in the land. All of those greens, the vegetables, everything that we saw in there was grown hydroponically, meaning a lot of it was suspended in midair, not planted the traditional way in an outdoor environment, right? That's what hydroponic growing is. And the scientists there actually is a little lab there, which the beaker tree kind of represented all the scientists that were there. The scientists actually at Epcot do actual real research there and figure out new ways to grow things hydroponically. We saw an eggplant tree, there was a cucumber tree. Those things don't grow on trees, if you know those plants, right? So the little beaker tree, I think that was an awesome favorite to have because that is a tribute to those scientists that actually create the hydroponic grows that we saw throughout the attraction. So that was a really awesome one. My favorite thing is that the biomes that we saw in the living biomes actually reflect what you see at the beginning. They go through the rainforest biome. The beginning of the living biome section then is in a greenhouse. It's humid, right? We go through the arid landscape. They go through some arid plants in the living biomes too. So it kind of mimics what the dark ride portion talks about. And it takes it into a whole like teaching thing, which is really cool at the end. All right, just about getting to World Show Place here. If you guys liked that or are enjoying this, please subscribe to this channel. There will be plenty more live streams to come. And don't forget to like the video and leave a comment of where you're watching from. We've got a beautiful Festival of the Holidays sign here that I want to show you guys, featuring Chip and Dale. It's really, really perfect photo op to get in on here. Really nice. And that tree, you can kind of see it peeking up back there that we're going to be checking out right now. Gonna head back towards that tree. There it is, down the walkway there. Stay tuned here to the channel for even more holiday videos. We've got some holiday merchandise videos up on the channel right now. We've got a gingerbread tour video up on the channel right now. So if you are craving more Disney content, especially in the coming weeks as it gets closer to Christmas and the holidays, stay tuned here on our channel and go back and watch the thing posted, because they are perfect for getting into the holiday spirit if you just can't quite make it down here for the holidays. They're also featuring a cookie stroll as part of this Epcot festival here, which I love. It's really, really a fun thing to do. You get to try 5 different cookies around World Showcase, and all around World Showcase looks absolutely gorgeous with the decorations. For a pretty crowded night, the promenades are not too crowded at all. Here comes into view the beautiful, beautiful Epcot tree. It is massive. Let me get to the middle of the promenade here so I can show you guys the entirety of it. And my favorite feature of this tree is the fact that the tip top features an angel, and she is holding the world. She's caressing the globe, which of course symbolizes World Showcase. It's a gorgeous tree. It is a massive tree. And before we sign off here from Epcot, let's go take a little bit of a closer look at the tree and maybe see a couple 50th anniversary statues before we sign off here tonight. The Living with the Land holiday overlay is going to be here through the end of December. So if you're visiting through then, make sure you hop over there. And I highly, highly recommend riding it at night because the lights look so fantastic. And a really cool thing about Living with the Land is it's usually not open at night a lot of the times throughout the year. So this is a rare opportunity to get to ride that attraction at night. And if you ever visit during any of the other festivals, I always recommend going through Living with the Land, simply because they oftentimes will take some of the vegetables and the foods that they grow in there and use them in the festival dishes. They do that a lot during the Flower and Garden Festival here in the spring. So I definitely always recommend hopping into Living with the Land no matter when you're here. We've got a lot of the different, we've got a UK flag over here. We've got flags of the different countries all around, and we've got Merry Christmas written in all the different languages. This tree is absolutely gigantic. It's got to be at least 3 stories tall. It is massive, massive, and like I said, I love that angel feature at the top. So before I sign off here, let's check out a few of the 50th anniversary statues that are here at Epcot. This first one is Hey Hey. Hi. Hey, hey to you too. From Moana. Absolutely adorable. Really, really cute. Moana Journey of Water is coming to Epcot. That is the significance of that statue here. Of course, we have Olaf. And Pascal's hanging on down there too. He's down there on the side. Right there. He's a cute little guy hanging on down there. I'm sorry, not Pascal. That's from, listen to me, that's from Tangled. His name's Bruni. I'm so sorry, Bruni. We got Bruni hanging on down here, right here with Olaf. They are from Frozen, and of course they're represented in the Frozen ride over in Norway. That stage right back there behind that umbrella is where Joyful performs during the day. Here we've got Rocket and Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Their attraction is opening summer of 2022. We don't know very much about the attraction yet, but we do know that it is a roller coaster, it is inside, and it is going to have a reverse launch. So I'm super excited about that. Rocket and Groot. And 2 of my favorites here in Epcot. We've got Miguel and Dante, of course from Coco. You can see their whole Dia de los Muertos exhibit exists over there in Mexico if you check that out in the pavilion. These 50th statues are all across Walt Disney World Resort, and they are absolutely beautiful, and they look great at night too. Let's take one more look at this tree here in Epcot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight for my holiday live stream of Living with the Land. Like I said, don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel for plenty more content just like this coming. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the parks.